C'est vrai, ouais.
So my name is Richard Schaffer. I'm the chef owner of Le 203 here in Saint-Gilles with my partner Mathilde Hatt. I grew up in South Africa, in Durban, and then my mother's Australian, so I kind of went between the two countries. I've been living in Brussels for 5 years now, and yeah, it's a really good place to live. Made some really good friends, and you know, I can't imagine living anywhere else at the moment, to be honest. It's my baby, you know, this restaurant. So the menu changes every Tuesday. You know, I kind of just discuss things with my suppliers. We decide what's best and in season. The meat this week is hanger steak, skirt steak, served with homemade mustard, carrot puree, roasted carrots with fennel seeds, and a jus with port wine. Fish this week is lieu noir, so it's pollock. We serve with an ajo blanco where we smoke some baby potatoes and then we serve it with fresh mustard leaves. You know, we can't say that we do one type of cuisine. We kind of steal ideas from everywhere. Borrow ideas. I'm feeling pretty terrible. Like, I've got to be honest, pretty hungover this morning. Not used to being out till 6 in the morning, you know, on a school night. We had Big Ben and Little Ben, who are the owners of Le Dylan's. Delphine, who's a really good friend of mine, is opening a new bar in a few weeks. And we had Octave, who is a cheese merchant who owns a few cheese bars in Brussels. So, having never taken off a Saturday in the last 3 years, it was kind of the first time I delegated and got somebody to kind of cover me. It was kind of difficult to leave, knowing that I was leaving my restaurant behind. But after about 10 minutes, I'd forgotten that I had a restaurant, so it was all good. We started off yesterday here with really nice natural cider. We had some arak shots.
C'est vraiment dégueulasse, hein, ce qu'on est en train de boire là.
Ok.
C'est vraiment pas bon. Vas-y, allez, à la fin, on se voit à la fin.
C'est arak.
Which, in retrospect, was a really bad idea.
Can we drink in the van? All right, cool. Well, let's get a bottle and then we're off.
C'est bien. Courage Delphine.
Donc, qui va derrière?
T'es vraiment un douchebag parce que j'ai vraiment pris mes chaussures de costard et des beaux vêtements.
The 5 of us are going to Brussels Beer Festival. You know, there's only good beers there, so it's going to be fun.
Tu parles en anglais direct, c'est cool quand même. Ouais, on sait, t'expliques ça. Bon, bah, on va aller au festival de la bière. Ça va être cool. On va boire plein de bières.
Tout à coup, quand il parle en anglais, t'as l'impression qu'il fait de la bonne cuisine.
Non, mais attends.
Oh, break!
Oh merde!
We arrived at Brussels Beer Festival.
Ok, c'est par là.
Bravo Ben.
Nassim, one of our good friends, kind of gave us a tour of the inside of the beer festival. That was a good way to start. Nassim owns Brasserie de l'Hermitage, which is an up-and-coming brewery in Anderlecht. He kind of let us taste a few interesting things. He's a really good guy, and it's really cool to see the next generation coming through of beer makers. You know, it's a hard industry to get into, and they do a lot of good stuff. Tried about 4 or 5 different beers, and then we found Guéric, who's a wine importer and a winemaker. I didn't even know he was going to be there. We just kind of saw him and kidnapped him and made him come with us.
Meet you at the point, yeah, looking! Where are we going?
Tortue is a natural wine bar. It's just opened up like 2 months ago. They only do natural wines. They do some really interesting Italian wines. They have really good products and everything, so we're going to go there, check it out, eat everything on the menu, because I think we're starting to get a little bit hungry. They've got the best mortadella in the whole world, I reckon.
Mortadelle, 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 mortadelle.
Hello, Mallory.
Quelle équipe, quoi, quelle équipe.
Oh, ça va, ça.
Salut, bro.
Ça va? Ça va et toi?
On n'a pas soif.
Yann, t'as du mortadelle ou pas? Okay, bye.
When we arrived, there was none left, so we were really heartbroken. There was a tiny bit. There was maybe like 2 or 3 slices, but we were way too excited to eat the mortadella. I really like going there on a Sunday, my kind of day off. Go there, have a glass or a bottle of wine. They only have good products. They've got the best products of Italy, so everything that they serve you is really delicious. They brought out a whole lot of charcuterie plates. They brought out a whole lot of cheese plates, a few different kind of snacks with anchovies and olives and that sort of thing, and then stuffed courgettes. Yeah, so it's just a good place to hang out because you know that you're going to be well received. By this time, we were really hungry. So we got into the car with our nice big Magnum and popped down to Brigittine, which is about 2 or 3 kilometers away.
So we're going to Brigittine, which is an institution in Brussels and really famous for doing like kind of Brussels dishes that they were doing like 100 years ago. So yeah, it should be fun. And this is Sadri. So Sadri actually owns Tortue, where we just were. And he pretty much owns the half of Brussels. So yeah, it's pretty much.
Dirk Mini, he's the chef of Brigittine. He's done a lot for Brussels gastronomy. He's a bit of a local legend, and it's funny because whenever you see him out after his service, he's always in his chef's jacket.
Ik ben Dirk Menie en ik ben de eigenaar van het restaurant de Brigittine. Mijn keuken is traditioneel en zoveel mogelijk Brussels. Ik maak dus koeienuis, ik heb varkenspootjes, varkensneus, rundzwangen, kalfsersentjes en zo.
Et gezondheid, hè?
For me, the best dish of the night was the zinnapot, which is a classic Brussels dish.
De zinnapot, voilà, dat is typisch Brussels, dat is een creatie van mij. Zuurkool die gegart is geweest in geuzen van Cantillon. En dat stukje school dat je ziet, dat zijn droge worsten dat je in cafés vindt.
And it's exactly what you want to eat when it's like 35 degrees outside. Just super heavy, super fatty.
En gros, 4 ingrédients, que des choses traditionnelles bruxelloises, servies avec un vin rouge. Si t'es pas content, tu viens en Brigittine, tu goûtes et puis c'est bon.
On a trop mangé, on y va les gars!
1, 2, 4. Merde.
Ok, c'est parti.
Oh, lâche-toi!
So after Brigittine, I'd chosen to go to Certo, which is one of my favorite restaurants when I have a night off. It's a classic kind of Italian restaurant. They've taken out all the chairs and put them in the road.
And here is an Italian restaurant, it's Certo. It's a simple restaurant. The food is just about the ingredients and the way we transform them. So we have beautiful ingredients that all come from Italy. And what we want in the end is that people feel at home. And we want to have as much natural wines as we can.
We had everything on the menu. We had like the spaghetti with the cockles. We had grilled ham dish.
Là, t'as l'Italie. T'as ce côté gras. Incroyable.
It was kind of like a big pasta dish with anchovies, and everybody was kind of feeding each other. It's kind of started to get a little bit rowdy at this stage.
The specialty of the house is cacio e pepe. It's a pasta with pecorino and black pepper. It's very simple, but if the pecorino is really nice and the black pepper too, it just becomes really amazing.
The classic dish is cacio e pepe, and they took it off the menu like a few weeks ago, and everybody was like, they were pretty much riots. They put it back on because people were like ready to break shit. Oh, putain.
It's food porn. Like, it's just eating cheese like that. And that's why I'm a cheesemonger.
We're kind of pouring drinks for everybody at one stage. Octave was dancing in the street. Was he dancing on the car? I'm not really sure what he was up to be honest. I kind of was looking in his direction thinking, what is this guy up to?
Bye-bye. Bye.
So the last stop on our evening was Le Dillens, so owned by Petit Ben and Grand Ben. We arrived there, Mathilde and a whole group of friends kind of came down. They'd heard about this evening happening, and so everybody was kind of there. It was really fun to see everybody after work, kind of letting loose and just having a few drinks. We decided to do a whole turbot, so I had a 6-kilo turbot.
We're gonna cook it whole, and then we're gonna all eat it with a fork. That's it? That's it, man. Oh, fish. Oh,
So we chucked it in the oven, loads of butter.
and we're gonna take it outside and we're gonna eat it like wild animals.
Chaud, chaud.
Smoke alarm went off.
Be cover of the smoke.
I think it's the butter that fell into the oven.
Yeah, don't put butter into an oven that's at 300 degrees.
Ça va?
We don't care about that.
Okay.
Going out with, 5 chefs, free booze, free wine for the whole night. It's pretty entertaining. We drank about between 25 and 30 bottles of wine, which was way too much in retrospect. We ate a lot of food, probably a good 10,000 calories each. And yeah, it was just super fun.